Hello children, I welcome you all to the next session of English. Before we get into the session, let us have a recap of previous session. What are the things we have completed? We have completed prose lesson 1, the best Christmas present in the world. Have we completed prose lesson 1, the best Christmas present in the world? It is over for you. And we have seen poem 1, the ant and the cricket. What is poem 1? The ant and the cricket. Before we go into today's session, a small recap of the poem, the ant and the cricket. As I have told you, the poem, the ant and the cricket is set into two halves. First half, the cricket's conversation to the ant, and in the second half you could see the reply of the ant. What is the first half of the poem? The cricket's conversation to the ant, and second half of the poem, the reply of the ant to the cricket. Are you clear with the poem now? Hope so you would have understood the poem. So what is left out in first unit, that is chapter 1? The thing which is left out in chapter 1 is supplementary lesson. We are going to see supplementary lesson today, and we will answer some questions before going into the topic. I have given you some questions over here. Do you admire things that happens around you, children? Do you have the habit of admiring things that happens around you? Look at this picture and tell me. Here there is a deer and a picture of a monkey and a picture of an elephant, giraffe and other things. Do you admire things that happen around you? Will you sit with nature and observe things what is going on? Have you noticed the little birds which is visiting your house? Have you listened to the singing of the quail? That's all something different, children. Spend some time with nature. It will speak to you. You can feel like the nature is talking to you. Come to the previous slide now. What is the first question? Do you admire things that happens around you? And next question is, have you observed these living creatures? You can write down these questions in your classwork notebook. Do one thing. Have your classwork notebook with you. Write today's date. Give the side heading as questions and start writing all these questions. First question, do you admire things that happen around you? You can answer the question like, yes, I admire things. Or you can give the answer, no, I will not admire things. You can give your own answers, but write the question and answers. And I am very clear that many of my students are not viewing all these links in a proper manner, because when I do videos, I used to insist you like where you have to write. Whether you have to mark it in the book or you have to write it in the classwork notebook. But you people, after attending the session, when you come for Zoom session, or you will post some messages in the group asking for, ma'am, where we have to write, ma'am. Make things clear in mind, children. You have to write it in your classwork notebook. No need to divide the notebook. No need to turn the notebook upside down. Just have the date, give the heading and start writing. Your legible handwriting is going to matter. Your neat handwriting is going to matter. It is not like dividing the notebook. Is it clear for you all? Where you are going to write? You are going to write in your classwork notebook all these questions. Come to the second question. Have you observed these living creatures? If you have observed these living creatures, you can find structure given by God. A monkey has a different structure given by God. Elephant, giraffe, the picture, the things you could see in the picture, it all have a different structure. But how far we human beings? We human beings, maximum we are the same. We have 2 legs, 2 hands, and the body posture will maximum be the same. But this monkey has a different form, deer has a different form, elephant has a different form, giraffe has a different form. So it will make you wonder, do you have a thought like how each animal or insect is created? Have you thought about God's creation, how beautiful it is, God's creation? He has given a unique structure to every living creature. To a small ant, butterflies, lion, leopard, penguins. When you bring in different animals into your mind, it makes you wonder how they would have taken their creation. It's really interesting, no? So today we are going to see a story based on this concept. What we are going to see? We are going to see a story based on this concept. Now, shall we go into the story now? Look at this picture before going into the story. What is there in the picture, children? And you all know it is a camel. Have you all seen camel? Have you all seen camel? Here you can see the hump of the camel. Have you seen a camel with a hump? With the long legs, with the bent neck, with the shrinked skin. Have you seen a camel? And when you see a camel, do you wonder why it has such a long legs and a bent neck? Have you seen the eyes of a camel, how it will be? And the hump, what is this hump for? This hump is to store the fats, and you all know that as it is for nourishing the camel. The camel will live in deserts and they will not get water for some days, they will not get food for some days. The fat which is stored in the hump, it will nourish the body of the camel. Have you been to deserts? Have you seen a camel like this? Yes, the story which we are going to see, it is about a camel. What is the title of the story? How the camel got his hump. You have seen the hump on the camel, the bulged part on the camel. How the camel got his hump is the title of the story. You may ask me a question, Ma'am, this seems to be silly, ma'am. The title seems to be silly, ma'am. How the camel got his hump? The only answer for this question is, ma'am, it is God's creation, ma'am. It is mystic, ma'am. It is beyond human thinking. But there is a man who answered to this question. Who is that? He is Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard Kipling is the writer who wrote this story, How the Camel Got His Hump, and he has given answer to this question, how the camel got his hump, out of his imagination. Out of your imagination, will you write stories, children? Do you have the habit of reading stories? Do you have the habit of writing stories? Writing cartoon pictures, drawing cartoon pictures, cartoonscapes? Have you noticed cartoonscapes in newspapers? This all shows your creativity. Here is a person called Rudyard Kipling who has answered the question, how the camel got his hump, out of his imagination. And he is a very famous writer who is also a Nobel laureate who won the Nobel Prize for his work. He won a Nobel Prize for his work. Rudyard Kipling is a writer, a well-known writer, a famous writer. And we are going to see his story, How the Camel Got His Hump. What is the title of the story, children? How the Camel Got His Hump. And you would have seen Walt Disney movies. Have you seen Walt Disney movies, children? Walt Disney movies. Walt Disney movies. Come on, try to bring some of the Walt Disney movies into your mind. The Jungle Book. Have you seen the Jungle Book? The Mermaid? And some cartooned animal movies. Walt Disney movies. So all these Walt Disney movies got its source from Rudyard Kipling stories. We cannot say like all the Walt Disney movies. Some of the Walt Disney movies, they got their source from Rudyard Kipling's stories. Yes children, the movie which we are seeing now, they will have their source in some of the books. For example, have you watched this movie called Bahubali? Have you watched Ramayana? You could relate the content over there. So, this Walt Disney movies are taken from Rudyard Kipling stories. It had its source from Rudyard Kipling stories. You have to be very clear. Have the habit of reading stories, children. Rudyard Kipling has written a collection of stories called as Just So Stories. What is the title of the book which he has written? Just So Stories. It is written by Rudyard Kipling. So in that you can find how the camel got his hump is one of the story. How the camel got his hump is one of the story taken from a book called Just So Stories. And you can find many stories in the book like how the elephant got his trunk. Have you seen the trunk of the elephant? How the elephant got his trunk. So this Just So Stories, it is a collection of stories. It is a collection of story book written by Rudyard Kipling. He is a very famous writer. And this book serves as a model for Walt Disney movies. Are you clear with that? If you are going to read Rudyard Kipling stories, it will be interesting. And he has written a motivational poem called If. The title of the poem is If. The introductory part of the story is going to help you a lot, children. And when I see the videos which I have posted, it is having very less number of views. I don't know why it is happening. Are you viewing the video carefully that is being sent to you? Do you have the habit of skipping the things and listen to it? Don't do that, children. View the link properly. Get things registered in your mind. Instead of the story, the introductory part which you are going to do will give you many ideas. It will give you many informations. So, whenever you start reading something, sit with your notebook, have the video in your hand. It is of 30 minutes. Listen to the video properly, and wherever you need to pause the video, pause it off, then move to the next thing. Get a clear understanding of what the teacher is teaching you. Don't just skip the videos. Is it clear? If you are going to view the video clearly, you will get many informations. And I could tell you here you got an information on Rudyard Kipling, Just So Stories book. Just So Stories is a collection of book. And I have told you about Walt Disney movies. How I have correlated it. You could get a chain of information over here. So this is what? What is the title of the story we are going to see, children? How the camel got his hump. This is the story which we are going to see now. Are you clear with the title? This, How the Camel Got His Hump, is written by Rudyard Kipling. I am not going to narrate you the story. Just I am going to highlight the important elements of the story and you are going to read it on your own. What you are going to do? You are going to read the story on your own. I will highlight the important elements of the story in order to motivate you. Am I clear? Shall we start with the lesson then? This is supplementary lesson 1.